Finally, the handcuffs are off and my scores will count.
At last, we've got our powers back.
No one will be safe.
There's a lot of rigidity. My standards are incredibly high. You're being very lazy and sloppy. There is absolutely no performance. I miss nothing and I expect the best.
You're a strong man. I want to see more strength and power.
Don't cheat those little details. I don't think any of us are going to let anything go by unnoticed.
It's great to watch you.
What potential you have.
Now it's down to business.
Now is the time to deliver.
Hey, Holly.
They seem to, yeah. Emma, let's start with you. He had no need to be worried, did he?
Not at all. It was very cool in a classic way, I like to say. But the thing was, I still find you quite slouching over. I want you to be more of a leading man. In fact, the last lift was the first time I saw you kind of pull up and have that good posture. So I'd like to see a little bit more of that.
Okay, thank you. Robin?
Absolutely agree. It's fantastic. You were able to bring a little bit of the flavour that you had in the first routine to this, and I agree with Emma. Be very careful that the style doesn't become slouching. It goes a bit more hockey player than figure skater. Regarding the lift, I want people to know, yes, you got it up and it was a great position, but you needed to be supportive of Katie on the exit, which was even more difficult than getting it up there, and that was really well done.
Thank you, Robin. Jason, last week you were saying you worried whether Rob was going to be versatile. Very different performance from him tonight. So did it work?
Okay, yes, there were moments of it, absolutely, Rob, where I thought you were executing it pretty good. But for me, because of your hip-hop, you know, you're used to doing constrained, tiny movements. I want you to feel more breath in your elongation of your lines, okay? But again, better presentation, I thought, in the lifts. And just watch some of your timings. The clicks were out, man. And you are a musician, so I want you on that.
Okay.
Welcome back to Dancing on Ice. We have some breaking news. Emma has just announced her engagement.
So beautiful. Can we have a look at the eyes?
You can. There it is.
Oh. There's the eyes. Wow. So beautiful. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm a very, very happy lady.
A baby on the way and a fiancé.
Yes, amazing. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a big lump of ice, that, isn't it?
And I have to, first of all, say, that's not the same lift as Sunita. This one's actually a lot harder, simply because Michael's on a different edge and you're leaning out of the circle instead of leaning into it. So, and it was absolutely beautiful at the peak. Brilliant. You also follow him with a determination and an instinct at the exact time you need to with every transition and every move. Is it clean? Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Can it get there? Yes. One other word for you. Turn out, turn out, turn out.
Okay, Jason, you were nodding there, and also your score's slightly different to Robin, so what did you see?
Yeah, again, it's overall presentation. Really. The thing is, you are very, very stable on your skates, and with a slow lyrical number, there's nowhere to hide. So the things that I'm looking at, especially leg lines, the turnout is not there. Start finishing those things off. And also, the rondejambe could have been a beautiful moment, but unfortunately, you had what I call a baboon bum, in that it was protruding and sticking out. So make sure that you're watching those kinds of things. But overall, Chloe, I can see you are going to be a great contender in this competition.
Okay, Emma?
Sticking out. You know, it was unsightly. It's sort of sticking out and rather in your face.
I didn't see any baboon bum there, my lovely. Obviously, last week did give you a lot of confidence, because this week it was just smoother. It felt softer. You know, you just, it's lovely to see. And at this stage, to see you kind of blossoming is lovely.
Okay, thank you, judges. Thank you.
Well done. Well done.
Denise herself said she's done it better.
Yeah, and I'd have to agree with you. You know, in the rehearsal, it was better. For me, it lacked that man-eating cougar that we all know and love about you, Denise.
You're right, Jason.
You know?
I hate to say it, but I think you're right.
Yeah, and you know, and you've got so much more spunk than what we're seeing you deliver in any of your performances right now. You know, and you even said in your VT, this is great because it's camp. There was nothing camp other than the costumes that both you and Matt are wearing.
Yeah,
so you see, the thing is, for me, you're not stepping up enough in your performance.
So Robin, is it a confidence thing then?
I don't think it's a confidence thing, because she is a confident woman. And last week, it's not a question of not being able to deliver the goods because you're an actress. That's what you do, whether you've got skates on or not. For me, it's just allowing it to flow a bit more and as Jason said, really have fun with it and let it go. It's not going to get technically that much better, but it can smooth out and it can move a bit more. To actually come out on your own, we had people who wouldn't dare move from that tunnel unless their partner was hand in hand. But then it didn't take it to the next level and it didn't flow.
Okay, Emma?
Oh, Denise.
I know, what can I say? I'm cross with myself.
Because you're so fun to watch. But do you know what I'd like to say? You're the one that brings the energy. You're the one that brings the fun. And you do bring that extra bit of sparkle, even though Matt is kind of carrying you around the ice. You know, you do make it fun for us as an audience.
Really?
Thank you.
Yes.
And a half a point up on last week, so it is going in the right direction, even if it is just a little bit.
Just a little bit. The thing is, you can see that you're really, you know, working on your skating and your technique, but I kind of feel like I don't know why I'm here or why the audience are here. You know, you're just kind of a bit of a selfish performance. And maybe that's because of the fall in the rehearsal. You look very nervous. But yeah, I don't know what to say. It didn't feel like I needed to be here, really.
Okay, Jason, I mean, performance-wise, what did you make of that?
Look, Dom, the thing that's missing from your performance is really, for me, a yellow brick road, because you're so stiff still. It's still very rigid. There's no breath in your upper body. You know, you're still very tottery in the lifts. There was no showmanship at all tonight, as you had in your previous week. And you're lifting. You know, there's just no presentation.
Okay, 19.5 out of a possible 30 puts her top of the leaderboard. That's your highest score of the night, Jason.
It is, and you know what, Laura, I know, it's incredible. But the thing is, the public saved you, and I can see why, and I'm so glad they did, because you have great musicality throughout, and I really love watching this partnership. It's a very enigmatic partnership that's starting to form here. What I will say, though, darling, is, you know, we want to improve things. Watch getting in and out of lifts. Especially your legs. They're rather stumpy, so you need to actually point the foot when it's off the ice to help elongate that line, you know. So work on those kind of transitions, and I can see you're going to push those marks up higher.
You really do see things the rest of us don't.
That's what I'm here for.
How can you say she's got stumpy legs? She's got beautiful legs.
No, not when she leaves them off the ice and she flexes the foot, Emma. I'm saying to her, she needs to open up that leg line.
Stretch it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Emma?
I adore watching you. As a performer, it's all there. I do get that slight feeling that you're not as confident as you could be or believe in yourself. And I think once that comes, you know, I'd like to see what happens because it could just be brilliant.
Okay, thank you, judges. Thank you.
Well, all I can say is leave the children at home if you don't want to hear the truth. The Jackson 5...
I can hear Essex calling.
The Jackson 5 are very tight and punchy, and you aren't. Your choreography, especially in your arms, is still very, very sloppy and messy. And, you know, it almost looks like you're weak. And there's moments, especially in your facial expressions as well with everything, it's almost like you're missing a couple of chromosomes.
I don't know why you're so fascinated with my floppy extension, JG. Just leave it alone now.
No, we can get a lot more from you because there is really solid partnering in there.
Okay.
I would agree with everybody in this instinct. And your instinct is to try to get out there and try and make it happen. And it got up in the shoulders. It's about trying to get relaxed and get down into the knees. It wasn't as smooth. I gave you the 4 because you are still doing technically quite a difficult performance that Chris has given you. It just wasn't as clean or as smooth as it should be. Or, and as Jason said, and I will agree, we know it can be.
Emma, you said last week you had a bit of a soft spot for Jeff.
Yeah,
Remember, you're
I did.
nearly a married lady this week.
I know, so I'll back off. But I feel frustrated. God knows how you feel. You did do it so much better in the dress run. And also, when it comes to your performance, I just want to see that extra push. There's something that's not quite there yet. And it does feel like, I hate to agree with Jason, but it feels like you are marking it from the waist upwards.
Thank you.
Command our attention.
Okay.
Command our attention.
Thank you. Last week, you said that Dave played to his strengths with the song that they chose. So this week, was he just a little bit more exposed?
He was a lot more exposed because this was a completely different person having to deliver what you were given. And it is very difficult to be that loose and carefree when you know you have to be absolutely tight and in the moment on every money shot of every piece, the step that you're doing. You coped sort of. It was very slow in comparison to what other people have seen and done, and I think the audience at home really won't see that, but it was slow and controlled, but it really needs some punch.
Okay, Jason?
Well, Dave, you know, you're a triple threat to yourself, mate. You can't dance, you can't perform, and you can't really find a beat. But I'm going to say this. I can't stop looking at you. I just find you entertaining, and I don't know why I like watching you. But technically, it's a disaster, and you've got to really work hard. But it's odd. I don't
He's got
know.
something.
He's got something.
Emma, do you see that something?
Comedy, Dave.
Got
It does
Frankie.
lack. Got Frankie. It kind of lacks timing and rhythm, and I'm not sure whether it's supposed to, but we were all chuckling away. I really think you're going to need support this week.
So still Comedy Dave?
Definitely Comedy Dave. You've got that bit.
Oh, I think you're brilliant.
Thank you.
Great scores. Jason?
Yes, I mean, look, the great thing is from the minute you entered onto the ice, there was great confidence there, you know, and I really love the way in which you unfurl in all of your movements, particularly in the seesaw drape. It's beautiful. You know, there were some really great things that the two of you were doing together as a partnership. However, I think that your partner is brilliant in that he does mask some of your awkwardness. Okay, there is still a little bit of awkwardness and tentativeness on your behalf that he covers. I would have liked a little bit more fun from you. That was all that was missing from me.
Okay, Robin?
Yeah, it comes and it goes. You started out in character and it was great. Then the minute there was a bit more difficult skating to think about, the character disappeared and the fun went. I think that's what Jason's picking up on, is that Sylvain can only help you so far. You need to help yourself. But when you're as good as you potentially will be, can't wait to see more.
Okay, Emma, finally.
Yeah, I love the fact that you had that fun, upbeat routine because it gave you that push and that energy that we wanted to see. But with that energy, I still want you to keep a little bit of that control. But as they both said, your lines and everything, it's just beautiful and you look beautiful.
So beautiful. Incredible. A 25 out of possible 30, the highest score of the season so far. Emma, incredible, huh?
Oh, I just want to stand for you. It's just, you know, you just perform these routines with such ease, and when you lift Brienne, it's effortless. You're a joy to watch. I love the connection between the two of you, and I'd like Jeff to maybe get some. Your arms are great, and I think Jeff should look at that.
Okay, Robin, at this rate, he's going to come back as a pro next year.
But a few people that have a job. I mean, it is incredible to see the power and the control that you have as a partnership. Because that lift isn't about strength, it isn't about being able to hoist or anywhere, it's about connecting with your partner at the timing that you need to do to make that happen. And it was beautiful to watch, it was lovely. Can't wait to see how you are going to stretch yourself even further week by week. This is a semi-final performance. It's fantastic to see this so soon. Great to see you put yourself out there in the performance. You're not putting on a character, you're being you. And that really helps the relationship with Dan and in the performance. I'd love to see a little more skating be allowed to get in there. The tricks are good, the lifts are very nice and controlled. Just want to see more skating next time.
Okay, Jason?
Yeah, I think picking up on what Robin says, I mean, you are very reliant on Daniel. You know, there's not a lot of stuff that you're doing on your own at all yet. And we're seeing other people in the competition actually move up and start doing that. I just think also you need to watch getting in and out of your lifts is still very, very clunky. So just smooth those out for me as well.
Okay, Emma?
Okay, as these two just said, I think a lot of the other dancers have got a lot more speed on the ice and they're technically better, they know that. But for me, I can't fault your performance. You're always very expressive, you've got loads of energy, you do have character. So for me, you know, that's a fun routine.
Okay, good comments. Thank you, judges.
It's decision time. Judges, I am going to ask you one by one to give me the name of the skating star you want to save and see skate again next week. Jason.
Well, it's a shame it's not a double eviction, but based on the skate-off performances, I'm going to save Dominic.
One vote for Dominic. Emma.
I'm going to save Dominic.
So there we are. Let's see where Robin would have gone.
I'm glad it's not a double eviction because I know we will see more. I save Dominic.
So with all 3 votes, Dominic skates next week.